Kind of confusing.
Oh my God.
It says the alleged father is not excluded as the biological father of the fetus. What does that mean?
What?
It says the alleged father is not excluded as the biological father of the fetus.
Oh, that mean you're the father. Babe, that's mean you're the father.
Is not excluded.
You the father, nigga.
Oh, that's what that means?
You a weird ass nigga. What? You
Are
wanted
you sure?
You don't want it to be it. You're
I'm saying,
so
are you sure?
weird.
You didn't even read the paper.
You call me dumb, but you the slow one.
It says the alleged father is not. Why they write it like this though? They could have just been like more players.
Everything. Are you confident? Cause you still don't understand.
I think I get it. Not excluded.
You're not excluded, meaning you the father.
Definition yesterday of why he has to do what he has to do. So we got that coming. In a few weeks, we'll get that DNA back. Everything will start working out. We'll figure it out. I'm sure he'll have the baby and all types of therapy now. I'm so grateful to God that we'll start to get somewhere. Yesterday was real ugly. It was real ugly. But I thought about it and I see now what he means. Like we're all women working off.
I deserve to have that proven to me through what? A DNA test. If Junior is not my son, the DNA test will...
This is Alex. How can I help you?
Hi, Alex. I'm actually calling to check the status of a case number, actually to authenticate it, a DNA non-invasive prenatal paternity test case number.
No, that may not be the case file ID that's associated with a case. Is it a new case?
No, this is a case from 2023. Are you basically saying that this is a real case number, but not the actual mother and father?
Yeah, it's not matching any of the names that you're giving me.
Was a blood sample taken on 5/4/2023?
No. Completely different year, actually.
Everything blew up the moment Karlissa revealed she went behind Chrisean's back and got a DNA test on Junior. One test. That's all it took to reopen every rumor, every denial, and every dark story that's been sitting under this family for years. Suddenly, the fake tests, the old fights, Ronnie's warnings, and Blue's longtime doubts started lining up in a way nobody expected. And once the real results slipped into the picture, it didn't match anything Chrisean has been saying since the day she announced she was pregnant, and from that point on, the drama didn't slow down for a single minute. The moment Karlissa admitted she got her hands on a DNA sample from Junior, everything snapped. Chrisean had been avoiding this exact situation for over a year, even dropping a polished-looking test online just to shut people up. But the truth is, that test never felt solid. People always whispered that something was off, especially after insiders claimed the Zeus network needed Blue to be the father for their storyline. According to them, the result wasn't science, it was business. That rumor gained even more traction when fans noticed how Chrisean reacted anytime someone mentioned getting a proper test. She dodged it, laughed it off, or flipped the moment someone pushed too hard. And now, here comes Karlissa, moving quietly, taking matters into her own hands, and bringing back every unanswered question. This single move forced everyone to look back at Blue's early warnings, the arguments, and the way the entire situation never made sense from day one. Once Karlissa started the process, people knew the outcome wouldn't just confirm a father. It was about exposing whatever had been hidden behind all those mixed stories. And the deeper people looked, the more they realized this wasn't the first time the truth had been bent to fit a narrative. Blue had been side-eyeing the whole situation from the start, and people only realized later how serious he was. When Chrisean announced the pregnancy, he didn't celebrate. He didn't play along. He went straight to social media saying the baby wasn't his and that he wanted a DNA test before anyone tried to place a title on him. At that time, folks dragged him for being cold and irresponsible, but his side of the story didn't come out of thin air. According to him, Chrisean had been involved with multiple men that year. He said it openly, even listing how many she'd been around. The backlash hit him hard, yet he kept repeating the same point. He wouldn't claim a child without proof. Things got even messier when he offered her $100,000 to end the pregnancy. It sounded harsh, but to him, it was his last shot at cutting ties before a lifelong situation got pinned on him. Even after the baby was born, he stayed distant. He'd see Junior on camera, hold him for a moment, then switch right back into doubt. After coming out of prison, he tried acting like he was on board, but that didn't last. He slipped back into questioning everything again, asking for another test and avoiding any kind of dad label. His behavior looked strange to people at first, almost heartless. But once Karlissa jumped in with her own test, that's when the public started saying he might have seen something from the beginning that nobody else wanted to acknowledge. Karlissa wasn't interested in waiting around anymore. She went live saying someone slipped her a DNA sample from Junior, and she didn't waste a second before ordering a grandparent test. She held up the kid on camera, explaining that this was the only way to clear the chaos Blue and Chrisean kept dragging around. She didn't mention who gave her the sample, but the way she talked made it sound like someone close to the situation wanted the truth out without dealing with Chrisean's reactions. She claimed this wasn't about drama. She said she wanted clarity, especially after watching Blue panic, argue, and second-guess himself for almost 2 years. She believed the only way to stop the back and forth was to remove Chrisean from the equation and get the answer directly from science. And the more she talked, the more confident she seemed that the result wouldn't match the story Chrisean pushed online. Things got even wilder when Blue's dad, Jonathan, was caught on live trying to swab Junior's mouth while Chrisean stood right there. He did it so casually that people weren't sure if they should laugh or gasp. The moment clipped across social media and added a whole new layer to the mess. It wasn't just Blue demanding answers anymore. The entire family was moving behind the scenes to get the truth, even if they had to do it in silence, behind Chrisean's back, or while she wasn't paying attention. Long before Karlissa stepped in, Ronnie had already been trying to get answers. He wasn't loud about it at first, but once he started noticing things that didn't add up, he pushed harder. He asked Chrisean for a DNA test more than once, and every time he brought it up, she shut him down like he was trying to start trouble. He kept saying the same thing. If Junior wasn't his, the test would clear everything. If he was the father, he deserved to know. Ronnie had seen the Zeus paternity episode just like everyone else, but he never trusted it. He said someone later told him the test wasn't real and that the results were tweaked for the cameras. Once he heard that, he stopped holding back. He confronted Chrisean face to face, telling her she was dragging out a situation that needed a simple answer. Clips of their arguments still float around online, showing Ronnie trying to stay calm while she fired back at him. Then things took a dark turn. Days after publicly calling out the fake Zeus test and demanding another one, Ronnie was found dead outside his home. The report called it a homicide, and that reopened every rumor he had ever mentioned. People online couldn't ignore the timing. He went from raising questions to losing his life in the middle of the biggest fight he'd ever been part of. His passing hit the internet hard, not just because he was young, but because he never got the closure he fought for. That's why, the moment Karlissa brought up doing her own DNA test, Ronnie's name started trending again. Folks said he was trying to warn everyone before it was too late. And suddenly, the story didn't look like messy drama anymore. It started to look like a trail of ignored signs that should have been taken seriously from the beginning. After Ronnie's passing, Chrisean tried to shut everyone up by dropping a DNA test from 2023 that claimed Blue as the father. At first glance, it looked legit, official logo, case number, clean formatting, and for a while people believed it. But the moment the pressure grew again, that paper got dragged back into the spotlight, and this time, it didn't survive the scrutiny. Steve Wilkos stepped in after fans kept tagging him, asking him to verify the document. He contacted the facility listed on the test, and the entire thing fell apart in minutes. The names didn't match, the dates didn't match, the case number belonged to a completely different year. The hospital had no record of Chrisean, Blue, or any prenatal test connected to them. Everything pointed to the same conclusion. The document was fake. A recording of the call started circulating, and people were stunned at how easily the story collapsed. The person on the phone basically said the case number was real, but not for anything related to Chrisean. That detail alone blew the lid open on what many suspected all along. She had used a random, unrelated case number to create a believable-looking result. Once that clip spread, fans turned on her fast. They said she'd been filtering the truth for years, feeding the internet a polished lie while blocking anyone who questioned her. That fake test became the turning point. It wasn't just one forged paper, it was proof that the story she'd been clinging to might have been built on nothing from the start. And with Karlissa now running her own DNA test, the pressure on Chrisean hit a level even she couldn't talk her way out of. The moment Clarissa's test became public knowledge, Chrisean snapped. She went live firing off threats, saying she'd put hands on Karlissa the next time they crossed paths. Their relationship has always been shaky, but this time her reaction wasn't just anger. It felt like panic. She said Karlissa was only doing all this because she couldn't stand the fact that Chrisean had moved on, had a new man, and was living better than before. But the timing didn't make sense. Karlissa wasn't talking about relationships. She was talking about the truth behind Junior's father. Chrisean shifted the blame, saying Blue's entire family looked at her and Junior like walking dollar signs. She claimed they only cared about the money she brought in, not the baby or the truth. She even hinted that people were using Junior's condition to push their own agenda. The rant spiraled into her saying she lived in an expensive neighborhood in Baltimore, that she was helping people financially, and that everyone else was jealous of her position. Her reaction didn't calm anyone down. If anything, it raised even more suspicions. Viewers pointed out how quickly she jumped from the DNA issue to bragging, deflecting, and throwing accusations at everyone around her. They felt like she was trying to drown the main question under a pile of unrelated drama. Online comments started piling up, calling the situation exhausting, saying the family had dozens of chances to figure out the truth, but kept dragging it out and wondering why she kept dodging the very test that could end the entire discussion. By the time the live ended, people weren't talking about her threats. They were talking about how nervous she looked whenever someone brought up the possibility of Ronnie being the real father. And with Clarissa's results on the way, the internet agreed on one thing. Whatever she'd been hiding was about to get exposed, and she knew it. Once the fake test got exposed, the conversation shifted towards something heavier. Why Chrisean spent so much time dodging a real answer? People weren't just debating Blue's doubts anymore. They were questioning the entire story she'd built around Junior's birth. Every clip, every argument, every leave me alone moment started getting replayed online, and the patterns were hard to ignore. Some fans pointed out that Chrisean had a habit of reacting with anger anytime someone asked for proof. Others reminded everyone how fast she changed her story, depending on who she was talking to. One minute, Blue was the dad, the next minute, nobody had the right to question her, and then suddenly she was posting that 2023 test like it solved everything. The back and forth became so constant that people began wondering if the truth was something she couldn't afford to admit. The biggest question in the air was simple. If Blue wasn't the father, then why go this far to force the narrative? Why risk fake paperwork, public arguments, and non-stop backlash? The idea that Ronnie might actually be the father didn't seem far-fetched anymore, especially with the way he fought for answers while he was alive. He looked more determined than anyone else, and that effort made people rethink how they saw him. As viewers pieced everything together, the story no longer felt like random drama. It felt like years of warnings that kept getting ignored. And now, with a real DNA result on the way, one that didn't come from TV, fake paperwork, or someone trying to protect a storyline, people believed the entire situation was heading straight toward a truth nobody involved was prepared for. At this point, the story isn't just about who Junior's father is. It's about the chain reaction a single DNA test set off. Lies exposed, fake documents called out, threats thrown, and families pulled into drama they never wanted. Chrisean's attempts to control the narrative, Blue's repeated doubts, Ronnie's warnings, and Clarissa's determination all collided in a way that kept fans glued to every clip, every live, and every tweet. The big question still hangs over everything. Is Junior really Blue's son, or was Ronnie telling the truth all along? And beyond the paternity, the situation shines a light on how quickly secrets can spiral out of control, how easily people manipulate the story for attention, and how much one small piece of evidence can change the game. As the dust settles and the real DNA results finally arrive, one thing is clear: this family's drama isn't ending anytime soon. The story will keep unfolding, and viewers are left to decide for themselves who was honest, who was lying, and who really has the right to claim the truth. So, what do you think? Is Junior Blue's son, or does the truth point somewhere else? The answer might shock you, and it's one everyone's waiting to see.